So for client number 2, you just finished doing the shave, and now you're gonna do your perm, your PD test, chemical relaxer, and root touch-up,
And
right?
yes, and we're gonna prep her at home. This is how we're gonna prep her for client number 2,
Yes,
not number
actual,
1.
Yeah. So you want to basically go around and give her first and foremost, a perimeter haircut, okay? You want her to at least be, so you basically section out 2 sections in the front. So 1 clip, 2 clips. This whole back section will be cut at horizontal section. Now here, once you have these 2 in clips, right? These 2 are clipped away, and you're starting. So you tilt your doll head forward a little bit because you want her nape to be parallel. You don't want to be dipping here. You want it to be flat surface, okay? So you start your guide in the center. So again, you spray your hair down. You get a section about inch. You want it to fit right in the middle of your fingers, like that. Okay, no, not like this. No, you want control of that hair. So your guide is initially about this size because you're wanting it to fit within that finger length. Make sense? Okay, so you start in the center. You get your section. You cut straight. Okay, you drop it.
How long?
I'm sorry?
How long the hair should
7
be?
inches.
7 inches. Okay.
7, the width of the comb like this would be perfect.
Okay.
Or you could leave 8, like I mentioned earlier. Okay. So you cut your guide, boom. Okay. Drop it. You move on to the
just like a blunt cut.
Rest of the hair. Yeah, but you move. Okay. You want it to be round. If you ever want it to be straight, you stand right here and your hands move. But the hair is coming to this line. When it's round, we cut our guide here and we travel. Our body travels. Okay. And then we come back to the guide and then do the same thing on this side. Then you bring some of the top section, about half, and see what happens there. You'll still have a little cap here left of a section, very small, but for the most part, you just want to continue to blend this, okay? This will drop. You'll find the guide, and you cut the same length, same way. Okay, then you drop this top part. Now there might be, you'll see, there might be a little bit of hair that you'll have to adjust, but most of these, because they live on the top of the hair, it's already kind of blended out. It's layered already. So you won't have to do that. You'll notice that. So then you'll bring, for example, this front down, right? You'll bring the top 2 sections down, comb those, and then you'll put your doll head back to its regular place, no longer tilted over. And now you'll tilt her slightly to the outer edge, okay? So slightly tilted over, and now you're gonna comb straight down. Make sure that you're always looking at the scalp, making sure that it's where the hair falls, where it naturally lives, okay? Then, now you go to the back, you get your traveling guide that you've been working with. You should have one nice length back here, and you simply just follow all the way to the front, okay? So that's how you establish your perimeter. We're cutting the length. Then, now I want you to layer it, because when you're doing a perm, you might have some unevenness, so we have to blend that out. So the way we do that is we get a guide, first and foremost, always from the mohawk section. So right around here. And we cut this section. So now she's gonna be looking straight, okay? No bent, nothing, nice and just straight head. So now we're gonna go ahead and make our trim right around here. I would say
same length, 7, 8.
Yeah, same length.
About 8.
So you can measure that, making sure you're at 8. Yes, okay, that's good. Or a little shorter. You could even go down to 7.5 if that makes sense. You'll just take a half out. So go in, make your cut, and drop it. Drop your guide, cut the guide in half so that both sides have some of that guide. And now we're just gonna go pie section all the way around. So now we get our first section right in the front. We pick this all up. Now this is what I want you to do, okay? Once you pick this up, you'll notice that when you go straight up, your perimeter will fall. The perimeter is what you just cut,
correct,
right? So notice, once that falls, you're just gonna have about this to cut. Once that perimeter falls, because we don't cut our perimeter, right? So now you'll notice that when you bring up that whole section, which you'll have to, please do that, and then let that guy drop. Now you'll have about this much hair. I want you to cut this in half. So cut it right in half. Now you're gonna bring this section that you kept on your hands all the way up. You're gonna look for the guide that you cut earlier, which should look like that. You make your cut, okay? Then you tilt it over, so from straight to 45, you gather a little bit more hair. And then you'll have a pretty nice, obvious guide right there, right? So you'll cut there. So your first cut is 180, drop to 45. Then now here, gather a little bit more hair and cut it 90, okay? Boom. So now you'll have a cut here at 90, 45, and 180, establishing a round layer. So I want you to do that for this section, split in half, blah, blah, blah. Next section, same way, all throughout, pie section. After that, I would advise.
So we should do that and then move backward.
Yes, move
and
backwards.
then now go over this side.
And you end up in the front. Same steps that I just mentioned.
Oh, you mean like move it around?
Yes.
Oh, not like have her and then and start over this side.
I would recommend traveling with your guide.
Okay.
Because if you were to do that, I mean, you can, but I would recommend the other way.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So now, after you're done, right, traveling from your guide from here all the way to this side, what you should do to cross-reference, to cross-check, is split your doll head in half, just like you had it in the beginning, and now get all of the mohawk section again, okay? Get it all here, and then check. And if there's any unevenness, you should cut it. But what you want is a round shape.
I see.
Okay? You can point cut, make adjustments, or that's one way. Or you can pick up this section, bring it all the way up, just a section from the front, and get another section from this side, and bring these two all the way up, and then you can check.
Okay.
It should be round.
I see. Okay.
Okay? And that's it. After that, you should have a really nice, and back here, so that's how you check your front. The back, you can get like a section. So literally, just when everything's combed even, you go and you just gather half of that back section, and you just comb it all the way up. And then you check it here as well.
Okay.
Okay, so see, like this would be perfect. You would just go in there and point cut that out and make sure it's round.
I have one question. Like for example, as we first start over here and we go over here, where do we stand when we get to this side? How do we? So we stand in front of her.
So here you start here, right? And then you move, and you're traveling, and you're always cutting in front of you. You're always cutting in front of you, so like that. You end up like this.
I see.
Okay. You're always standing in front of what you're doing.
Okay.
We're at a 45, I guess.
I
you would
see.
say.
Well, thank you, Ms. Ponce.
Yeah, no problem.